In this video, we're going to be showing you the key to surviving longer inside Rebirth Island. If you enjoy gameplay breakdown videos like this, and also tips and tricks for Warzone or Rebirth, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach a goal of 1,000 subscribers, and click the link in the description down below and check out our main channel as well. But let's just get straight into this. What I want to do is actually spectate some of my gameplay to let you know why movement is the best way for winning Rebirth Island. Now, in this gameplay, what you can see me doing is I'm moving about a lot. It's really important you learn how to slide cancel, you learn how to bunny hop, drop shot, and jump shot. A lot of these are very important things to use, especially inside Rebirth. And then another thing you need to be doing is using your buildings to your advantage. A lot of people don't use this in Rebirth, and crossing open spaces makes it really difficult to win gunfights. Now, as you can see here, I've just jumped out and I'm trying to shoot this enemy player here and help my teammate get his self-revive off. So after getting precision airstriked, I'm running inside and I see this guy on the left and I have to snap on him pretty much instantly, and that is the benefit of sliding through doorways. I'm constantly sliding all the time, and even though he was camping and had the advantage, I still managed to kill that guy. I was down to one shot though, so there is that. Then I close the door for an audio cue in case someone runs inside, or just to use it as cover. And a guy manages to kind of glide back in, which is one of the kind of main issues of Rebirth, is that people are constantly coming back in to fight. And the one issue I had here, and the reason why I lost this gunfight, is because I never reloaded my weapon, which was an absolute stupid move. So I land back in here and grab a gun, and I automatically see this loadout on the left, shoot this guy instantly. As you can see, I'm jumping whilst I'm shooting to make sure this guy doesn't land his shots, and I can get some easy shots off. There's two pings to this buy station on my left, so I'm pushing into this building to my left here. And this is where you see a lot of the crazy movement happen. And I'll slow this all down for you so you can see it and pause it at the right places. But I grabbed this new gun just so I don't need to reload the LMG all over again, because no one wants to do that. And I pick up the Diamati pistol. Then I see this Mac 10, I pick that up instead. So it's good to know what guns are around you. You can pick them up again. And I hear footsteps of this guy coming upstairs. I'm just waiting for him to move. Turns out there's two of them, so I use this cover between me and one of the enemy players so I can try and focus on one of them. And it's really important you're sliding and constantly moving left and right. As you can see, that guy thought I was round the other side of the cover, and I managed to come all the way right round and still kill them both because I put that barrier of cover between me and them. As you can see, this is the part where I picked up the Mac 10. Then I could hear the footsteps coming up the stairs. And at this point, I seen one player, so I thought I'd easily kill him, but there was actually two, so I took this cover right here. And then I could see this guy, they were focusing just behind me. Then I went and used the cover just again to come back around this side so that the enemy player would ping me again that I was over here. And then I quickly finished him off and went back round the other side again, which is where the enemy was trying to chase me from. So I'm just waiting to hear something, and I hear another guy get revived or a self-res. I'm not really too sure which one it is. And I'm looking out for the players. I'm trying to get visuals. I'm not just hiding in the corner. I'm making sure I can see players when I need to kill them. And again, I use that jump shot again very effectively to kill this guy. Throw a knife him in the face because that's what you need to do to finish him off. And now I'm getting airstriked again. So I'm just trying to stay in cover, closing the doors again for that audio cue, reloading my gun, getting ready for the next gunfight. And I'm holding these stairs now, kind of camping a little bit because I just want to see if I can hear anything or see anything. And I get airstriked once again. These guys don't quit with the airstrikes. And I'm completely moving entirely out of the situation now because it's not a good place for me to be for too much longer. I don't want to stay in that same place for like 3 minutes. Now, this is where a lot of the movement comes in. So I'm sliding up the stairs to make sure I've got a little bit of cover on a head glitch here where the steps are. And just kind of looking at the door, see if there's anything there. Now I jump past this doorway, so in case someone was actually pre-aiming that doorway, like there was now, I didn't get shot at. And now I completely missed my throwing knife. And I forget this guy because if someone comes back to res him, that's pretty cool. And it turns out someone does come back to res him, and he manages to run away, unfortunately. And again, I don't want to stay here too long. I want to get the hell out of here. And in case there's more teammates just behind him. And we're just moving around, like I said, sliding past every corner just to make sure, because Rebirth is hectic and there's always players about, especially people camping as well. Dead silence always helps out, so I pop it straight away and then push back up the stairs again, because now I've got dead silence, I've got some armor plates, I've reloaded my guns, and I hear this guy literally right around the corner, slide past the door so I get the advantage as quick as possible and kill the guy super easy. And see if I can just hear or see where people are. That's why I stopped for a second. and I see the guy on the roof. And again, you do not want to re-peek that same area. That's this guy pre-aiming that doorway now. So again, I'm getting the hell out of there and moving to a completely different place. And this is why people don't do well in Rebirth. You need to be constantly moving in Rebirth. And like I said, I'm going in and out of buildings, in and out of doorways, and I spot this guy, but I do not follow him straight into the building. That is exactly what he wants you to do. So I'm trying to find a different angle to approach this now, because I've given it a little bit of time. The guy's probably moved on to a different spot, not camping any of the doorways. It turns out he was still camping, or that was my teammate that died from somebody else. I got an easy finish on that one because he was already fighting, and this guy was just AFK, I guess. I don't know what he was doing. So that's another free easy kill for me. And as you can see, still constantly moving all the time. Now, I throw a knife this guy, again, because he was AFK. Easy kill. We all love those. And I seen this UAV go off, and I don't really know where this guy actually went. But I'm going to assume he went upstairs from downstairs, and I just see him run past that way. So we're just kind of trying to feel out and figure out where he's gone. And I decided to try and cut him off instead. And I can see him right here. So I down him straight away. And again, not getting the finish, not wasting time on that, even though I did have a throwing knife, to be fair. So here's another clip of me doing very similar things inside Rebirth once again, using the movement to your advantage. Now, I'm not trying to go to the same building as my teammates to try and find guns, because that's a very silly thing to do. There's only a few guns in every certain building. I spot this guy jumping through the door, which this guy clearly didn't have a clue what was going on. But again, I do not want to follow him in with a pistol. I did have a flash grenade, so I decided to use that. And I'm now changing my angle once again to get in behind these two guys, which was an easy kill because they're focused on my teammates. I had to melee this guy because I was running out of ammo. And both of them, as you can see, are self-raising. Once I've downed this guy, again, I don't need to focus on him too much. And now I've got a few guns. Got an easy 2 kills with such a simple flank at the start of the game. Now, again, using my movement, that is so important. Because as soon as I finish these guys, as soon as I picked up a gun and you're ready to go again, there's always someone trying to kill you in Rebirth. So again, I use my movement to get through this doorway, which is really important. And as I said before, once you get in a place, you want to get straight back out of there again. You don't want to stay there for long. And this is why you do so well in Rebirth if you have great movement. Now here, I realized there was a guy that obviously I'm following here to try and kill him, and he's just under my gun here. But there's also a guy shooting me from this kind of window, this doorway, kind of this area up here. So I was trying to use these steps to my cover as much as possible. So as you can see, I kill this guy, and then I'm still getting shot at because that guy's shooting me. And again, I use the steps to my cover once again. But there's a guy on my bottom left who just landed in. Another guy is landing in just on my left right here somewhere. So again, I don't want to be here long because there's too many players for me to deal with. You need to keep it moving. This guy decides to follow me with a pistol. Dumb move. Definitely a very dumb move. But he gave me a super easy kill. And then I put the proximity mine down. And the main reason I put this down is because you're not going to kill anyone with a proximity mine. But if you get a hit marker, you know where players are. So if there's a guy following me right now and I've got a hit marker on that proximity mine, already he's taken a bit of damage and also know his exact location as well. So now we're plating up, just trying to get some more information through these windows here because my teammates are in that building. Now I'm just looking for players, making sure I check every doorway, making sure I use my centering and center through every doorway. I hear this guy running from downstairs and make an easy follow. This guy didn't have a clue what was going on. I think he was maybe heard me, thought I was downstairs or something. I'm not really too sure. I pick up the Farah because you can move a little bit faster with this gun. And I'm just taking shots here. Thinking back at it, if my teammate wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have done any of this. But I did get an easy down with the Semtex. But this is exactly what I was afraid of. And again, using that movement to get behind cover to make sure that I don't get shot in the back now. And again, I don't stay in a place too long because if those players are still up there, they're going to keep pre-aiming that cover where I was standing and wanting to keep shooting me. Whereas I want to get some more kills. Now I shoot this guy anyway, and one of my teammates finishes off this kill, but I go inside to get the reload off, and that's just to make sure I've got a little bit of cover in case this guy knows where I am and he tries to shoot me, for example. But there's 3 of us and there's only 1 of him, so it's quite an easy fight here. So at this point, I've just picked up my loadout. I've got an MP5 from Cold War and an XM4. Both are close range weapons, so... But I make sure I run 1 AR and SMG, or AR and shotgun, or shotgun and SMG. So you're using different ammo. This guy decides to push me. I don't know why, but he's an absolute idiot. This guy, I don't really know what he was doing. But... So this guy decides to push me, and I don't know why he did that because he had no guns. I pushed through this doorway and this guy is like literally right here. And I don't know why I didn't shoot straight away. But this is why movement is so good inside Warzone and Rebirth in general. Because I literally slide through this doorway and shoot this guy. And he's still aiming at that doorway. I don't know why. But his tracking wasn't the best. And that is what you're trying to exploit when it comes to your overall movement. Now, I throw a stun by mistake. I was meant to throw the throwing knife initially. But I get the kill anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. And then I finish this guy off as well for some easy kills. And now we're on the roof and we're just trying to find some more enemy players here. I get shot again and now I'm again out of there. I don't want to get shot again from this guy. I've got no armor plates. I don't want to be here. This guy just had really bad aim. And again, jump shotting works amazing inside Warzone. And the amount of times you see me do this and get away with a gunfight I should have lost, you need to start learning how to jump shot. Now I spot this guy easily right in this corner here. And I'm moving, constantly moving here now. Because I don't have any armor plates and this guy still kills me because I don't have any armor plates. It's unfortunate, but that is the best thing you can do in that situation is just keep your movement up. Hopefully they miss some shots. And the guy almost lost the gunfight, but I didn't land enough many shots there. And I can see my teammates, this is the point where you want to kind of regroup inside Rebirth near the end game. I get some shots off on this guy, but my teammate is jumping in front of me, which doesn't make it easy. So I slide through the door, get this guy. Movement's super important, like I said. Make sure you slide through every doorway in Rebirth. There's always players about in Rebirth. It's not like Battle Royale where you need to think, is there going to be a player nearby? Is there not? There's always players about in Rebirth. So make sure you're sliding, jumping constantly. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you need to do that in Rebirth. Unless it's end circle, of course, this is when you always need to slow down a little bit. It's important you slow down when it comes to the end game, but during the main game, you can be constantly moving all the time because there's always players around. The map's very small and there's always going to be players about because they're constantly respawning. So movement is the best way to do well in Rebirth and stay alive long enough to help your teammates out as well. You don't have anything to lose. You're going to respawn even if you die. So make sure that you use this to your advantage. Take advantage of Rebirth because it is a really fun game mode to play. I've been enjoying it a lot recently. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we try to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers, and click that link in the description down below and subscribe to our main channel, and thank you very much for watching.